Hey everybody, welcome to Average Guy Opinions. I'm your average guy, John Corelli. After a 5-month hiatus, I am back. And as you can tell by the way I just tried to say hiatus, I haven't done impromptu speaking for a while outside of conversations. And even comedy really isn't impromptu. Comedy is mostly prepared thing. And I'm sorry, I may have, there's been a new bug that's gone around. This is not COVID. It's kind of just a mild, common cold that's been sweeping through the school system and other places, and I seem to have it. I can just feel it in the back of my throat a little bit. It's a little bit of congestion, but and it's giving me shortness of breath a little bit when I talk a lot. So here we are. But what I wanted to talk to you about today, since today is June 1st, is Pride Month is beginning. As many people know, we are celebrating, some people not celebrating Pride Month as a recognizer, I guess is the best way to put it, to the LGBTQ community. Sorry, this is going to be kind of a struggle, I guess, because I can feel it when I talk a lot. Usually that doesn't bother me at all. But I want to explain my hiatus as well, but I will get back to Pride Month in a second. I just had nothing to talk about. I was busy. A lot has been going on in my life. My father is still dying. That is a terrible way to put it, but he's still working his way through the end of this life. I'm the guy, so I really can't do a lot of extracurricular things in a major way that I want to. I had a lot of plans for this summer. I wanted to write a second book. I wanted to possibly go to Alaska or Canada with my kids. I don't know if I can do that now because my father refuses to die. I know that sounds horrible, but the man takes no joy out of life. He's suffering. And honestly, I think death would be a sweet release for him. I'm not even kidding about that. I really do just wish him to have peace, and peace will seem to have to come through death, if that's the right way to put it. Once in a while he laughs, which is great, but it's very rare. It's mostly a lot of complaining and a lot of pain, and I just feel sorry for the guy, and I just hope he can let go eventually and have a peaceful and hopefully relatively painless death. But that's not a lot of fun to talk about, and I'll probably spend another 10 minutes, 20 minutes on that as I get back into these things. I don't know if I'm going to continue this for a long time. I would like to try, though, because I enjoyed doing it last year when I did one for every day of the year. And yeah, let's get back to Pride Month, though. That's what I wanted to really talk about. My former son is now a daughter. Logan is, I wouldn't say officially, because no hormone replacement therapy has occurred yet, and no sex change operation will happen for a while, but Logan will turn 18 in October, and I have finally gotten there as far as using the proper pronouns and adjectives to describe Logan. I guess adjectives isn't really, but the pronouns. Logan is she, and that's finally pretty much set in my brain now, and I don't worry about what other people say or what other people think. This is about my relationship between me and my daughter. Now still, it's obviously not easy because Logan hasn't changed her name. Logan will stay Logan. There are male and female Logans out there. It's difficult because Logan still sounds, looks, and has all the parts of a young man. And so that's kind of difficult. But I know in my head, and more importantly, in Logan's head, Logan is a female and will pursue that lifestyle, pursue that being, as it were. And it really just comes down to respecting what people want to be. I really don't understand, in a way, like, well, if people want to describe themselves as trees, are you okay with that? I go, well, they're not hurting anybody, paying their taxes. Who cares? Honestly. The way we treat homeless people in this society anyway, we might as well treat them like trees. We treat them as invisibly as we treat a tree. So if a person wants to identify as however they want, as long as they're not hurting anybody, I don't understand why anybody cares. Let your freak flag fly, as the old saying goes. And that's another thing. Let's not label people as freaks just because they have what is not a heteronormative take on life. It's not always easy. This has been difficult for me, and I know it's been way more difficult for Logan. I mean, it's ridiculous sometimes how people are toward not just forget LGBTQ, just people that are different. I think about it when I was in high school in the 80s, and how, half of your life is trying to fit in or be cool. And that's not easy these days. It's really difficult. And it's even more hard if you go the opposite way and decide, I don't care about fitting in. I'm going to be myself and do my thing. That's what Logan's done. And I respect the hell out of that. It's amazing. This is a kid that, and if I do refer to Logan as he once in a while, it's a slip up. This is just, like I said, this is 17 and a half years of a brain that's been used to calling that kid he or him. So we're still working on she and her, but that's something that is coming along and will eventually take hold firmly in my brain and will be there forever. But Logan has fourth period off. As many of you know, whoever listens or sees this, Logan is a student at the school at which I teach, and Logan gets she gets fourth period off, no fourth period, and we have A and B days. It's kind of, nowadays, a lot of people don't know this, but most high schools are kind of scheduled to prepare kids for college. It's every other day you go to classes. They have A and B days at Overland, is what they call them. And then 90-minute classes, which is really tough on the freshmen coming over from middle school, that they were used to 60-minute class, and all of a sudden, man, it's a 90-minute grind now, 4 90-minute classes a day. And so, but like I said, it's college prep, so that's why they do it that way. And so Logan comes in I'm in what's called the sensory room. I have a very, I don't like using the word low functioning, but this kid has a difficult time. He's nonverbal. He's 17. He's in diapers still. And he does do some things very well. I mean, he understands me, and he can take a command and take direction, and he does really well with that. But at the end of the day, in fourth period, Logan comes and visits us in the sensory room. Usually, the kid I'm with is in the middle of a nap. This kid, also a 17-year-old, needs a nap from 1 to 2 o'clock each day. Anyway, so Logan shows up, and this is a couple months ago, and didn't look too happy. And I go, "What's the problem?" And Logan said you have to get through security to roam the halls before lunch is over. They literally have a security guy at the doors of the cafeteria saying, "No, you can't go out into the halls until the bell rings." And they've made an exception for Logan, knowing that I am Logan's father, and they let Logan through. And Logan just goes, "All right, thanks. I got to go to sensory to see Mr. Corelli," and that's usually fine. But on this particular day, Logan's hair is very long and curly, and Logan is just a very quiet, to herself person. Dresses in sweats, doesn't really care about fashion, just takes her backpack around, and just really is very quiet. And so Logan's coming out of security, and some black girl, and the reason I don't care what color she was, but I do like to describe the person, goes, "School shooter." And I was like, oh my God. And as soon as Logan told me this, I go, I want to go to the security guy right now. Does the security guy say anything in regards to this? Because he had to have heard it. And Logan's like, nope. And I'm like, so this is where it's hard to be a parent of anyone, because you gotta respect their view on it and how they want to pursue it. And so I go, hey, do you want me to say something to security? Because I'm pissed. That's a form of bullying, and frankly, it's very dangerous for people to say that. And she's like, no, I'm fine. I was all right, but that's the kind of slight bullying that people can deal with, whether they're LGBTQ or just different. It still happens in 2022. So that's a reality that I don't want people to think. A lot of people seem to think that schools are this antiseptic place now where no bullying occurs, and snowflake this and millennial that. No, it's not true. There's a lot of bullying that's going to be there for as long as there's humanity. But Logan deals really well with it. Logan's an amazing artist. I will show you what she drew for her final assignment in art this year. An amazing charcoal of Gene Wilder. Now I'll show that maybe next time I do a video, and maybe I'll make this a 2-parter on Logan and what it's been like through this not quite metamorphosis yet, metamorphosis in attitude, and some body changes through self. How do I want to put it? I don't know. It's Logan hasn't done anything but pick hairs. That's the way Logan has kind of masculinized her body. And that's been going on a long time. So anyway, yeah, I might make this a two-parter, talk more about what it's like to parent somebody going through these changes. But the changes so far are minimal, but they will be major soon. Thanks for listening. It's fun to come back. Happy June 1st. Happy, apparently Helen Keller died on this day in 1968. But happy Pride Month, most importantly of all. Hope you're all safe. Hope you're doing well. And talk to you soon. Bye.